Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, today we are doing the top 20 video games of E3 2017. So with this, I just want to lay down the first ground rule, and that is your list is going to be different than mine. Everyone's going to have a different list from E3. I guarantee you none of you will agree with yep, this is the exact list that I agree with. So everyone's going to have a different list. So I would at least like you to leave your top 5 games on the comment section down below of this video so I can see what everyone else is excited for. Now, the top 10 I will definitely buy. It's without a doubt. I will buy every top 10 game. However, the bottom 10 of the 20 I will most likely buy, or I'm just not as excited for because the date is to be determined, and most likely looking at more of a 2019 or further down the line release than a 2018 release or 2017 release, obviously. So first we're going to get to the honorable mentions that did not make the top 20. Again, your list will be different from mine, so if you see like, oh my god, this game wasn't here, well, there's a reason for that. Also, I'm only covering games that were highlighted at E3. So a game like Last of Us 2 that wasn't even talked about at E3, I'm not going to talk about. Final Fantasy VII Remake, not going to talk about it. These games were not highlighted, so only the games that were highlighted at E3. Alright, so let's get to the first one, and that is South Park Phone Destroyer. If you know South Park, they have made fun of phone games forever, so I just can't wait to see what they're going to do. The first South Park game that happened in this generation of gaming was really awesome. A little bit too disgusting for me in the midway through the game, but it's a South Park game. It's what you expect. Really love the idea of how far they will go this time. Crash Bandicoot. Now this one I am not as excited for just because it's coming out at the end of this month, so I'm already going to play it. So it's not, I wasn't wowed by it. I've already seen a lot of the footage, seen a lot of the gameplay, got a lot of feedback from it. Not going to be in my top list, but very excited for it. I will be playing this game and will be reviewing it at the end of this month. It comes out June 30th. By the way, all the release dates will be in the description if you want to see when all these games are coming out. Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones is a really good looking game. I like the concept of it. Haven't really played a game like it, so I'm very curious to see how it's going to turn out, but definitely interested in it. That will come out fall of 2018. Far Cry. Here's a little secret. I have never played a Far Cry game, but this trailer really did hook me. I like the talking to each other. I like the idea behind that, and it seemed to have an interesting story. I don't know if it's going to be just a stupid game, silly game, fun game. Let me know in the comment section, how is Far Cry at game wise? Will I like the story? Let me know in the comment section down below. This one comes out February 27th, 2018. Destiny 2. Now, a lot of people might be like, what the hell, why isn't Destiny 2 in your top list? Well, it's just this. I got burned by Destiny 1 so bad. I like story, and Destiny 1 had no story to speak of. The first 2 months is all I took, and then I returned it, or didn't return it, but I traded the game in Destiny 1, so I did not get to the repair Destiny that, you know, was throughout the year. If you had the season pass, you got everything, and it was much better along the way. I got the shitty launch Destiny, and that's my only experience with it. So this looks to have a really cool storyline. I was just burned by Destiny 1 too much to make it in my top list, but it does come out September 6th, a little after my birthday, so excited to see how this one will turn out. Lucky's Tale. So Super Lucky's Tale is a very interesting idea. It honestly, this game, probably out of all the Xbox exclusive, is the one I'm most excited for. Just because it's a very playful, it looks like it's just a very fun. Looks like it's a very fun game, and that's really what I look for in video games. Also, it looks like to have a world building and story, which is pretty much one of my other top criterias. So for that alone, I'm honestly thinking about getting this one. This one comes out November 7th. This one might make me just get the Xbox X. And Crackdown 3. Now I know, again, this will be in a lot of people's top 10 lists. Again, your list is different than mine. For me, I do not own an Xbox. This game was really cool. It had an amazing trailer by Terry Crews. Loved the idea of the trailer, but I've already seen, like, you know, a new game called Mayhem something. They were saying it had better gameplay than this one. So again, that's all arguable, all subjective, but I'm really interested to see if this one will come out. It's an honorable mention just because it's such a hyped game, but for me, it's just not in my top 20. All right, now let's get to the top 20 list. And this one comes out November 7th as well, same day as the Xbox X. Uncharted Lost Legacy. Now, Uncharted might be, again, on a lot of people's top 10 list or top 5 list. For me, I have never played an Uncharted game. My wife has actually played all of them. She actually played the entire Nathan Drake collection because she was a big fan of Tomb Raider. I was like, hey, babe, I know this gameplay is very similar. Play it. I think you'll like it. She loved it. She played 1 through 3 all throughout last summer, I believe. And then she played 4 this year. And yeah, she really loves the games, and I've caught on to a lot of it story wise. I'll probably just watch all the story play back for 1 through 3 one day, and then I'll play 4 for me one day when I get time to game. Overall, though, it looks like a really cool game, and this one looks to capture the quality. I like the idea that you can decide if they're friends or enemies, and that will change the dynamic of the story. So this comes out August 22nd. Assassin's Creed Origin. Believe it or not, I've also never played an Assassin's Creed game, even though a lot of my friends tell me I would love the gameplay because it's the kind of gameplay I like. And but it's always like, well, which time do you come in on an Assassin's Creed game? Okay, well, Assassin's Creed 1, 2, 3, Black Flag, all these ones are older now, graphics aren't as good. Should I start with those or should I start with something new? And since this is an Origin, the original beginning of Assassin's Creed, I think I love that better than going to the days of when Templars are already established to going with the Magi, which is what this is going to. Which is funny because I just finished watching the original, or not the original Mummy, but the 90s version of the Mummy or 2000 version of the Mummy with Brendan Fraser, and they were the guys who protected it was a Magi, and this is supposed to be the last of the Magi, so I really like that idea behind the story. So this is October 27th. This is one I'm going to play, actually. So I'll let you know of the top 20 games, which I'm definitely going to play. Good and Evil 2. So the main reason why this one is so down the list is for 2 reasons. One, I've never played the first one. I've never played it at all, so I have no idea what this game is about, but this is an example of a trailer hooking you. I do not know this game, but the trailer freaking hooked me. I love the idea of it. I like the idea that you're apparently going to build your own groups. Every group is going to be different. You can send like your friends. This is an area I visited, and they can get information on top of that. It's a really cool thing. Check out the trailer. This game is to be determined. We have no idea when it's coming out. From what we're hearing, most people believe it'll be 2019. So again, that's why it's lower on the list. And I've never played the first one. I've no real interest in playing the first one. I've seen some game footage of it, but man, the second one looks amazing. This one, Shadow of the Colossus, number 17. This one is really a big one for me because I have never, fanboys are going to get pissed, I've never played Shadow of the Colossus 1. Never have. Sorry guys, I've just never played Shadow of the Colossus 1. So that being said, a lot of people have always told me you need to play Shadow of the Colossus. It's one of the top ranking games of all time. Best, beautiful looking, all that kind of stuff. And I've never been interested in it because, yes, the graphics are very dated. However, with this one, when I saw this one, I'm like, I'm playing Shadow of the Colossus in 2018. And we do not know when in 2018, but it will be coming out in 2018. So this one is one I'm definitely excited for. And it's supposed to be the most epic game, I do know a little bit of the story already, the lack thereof of a story, so there's not too much in depth of a story, I know, but the boss battles are so epic. It's all boss battles, and that concept is really interesting to me. So if you've played Shadow of the Colossus, I'm sorry I did not play it, but I will be playing it in 2018, and I'll definitely review it. Kirby. Kirby has a new game coming to the Nintendo Switch, and if you're a Nintendo Switch owner, you're desperate for any Nintendo Switch game. Therefore, I am excited for Kirby. Kirby is going to be released in 2018. That's all we've heard thus far. Definitely excited for it. I definitely like that it looks like it's going to be a 4-player game. So you'll be able to play with your friends. That's always a fun kind of game to play. So that'll be a really good one until I get my Mario Party. A Way Out. Now, this one I really like because it's a adventure style game. And it's one that like me and my wife could play together. That I really like. I like the idea of a 2-player game that people can play together, and this one forces you to play together. You have to play with someone else. As far as I know, we have heard that there's no real regular, there's no real non-co-op version of this. Like, you have to play co-op, whether it be online or whether it be couch. Most likely, I feel most people are going to play couch because online can screw people over unless you know who you're playing with. So this is a game I'm very excited for. It comes out early 2018. Definitely excited for it. It's like Prison Break with 2 players. That's awesome. All right. This one is number 14, and it's Days Gone. Again, this is a game I knew nothing about before going in, but man, the footage and the whole story idea, I really liked it. Now, my wife watches Walking Dead. I've never seen Walking Dead. I know. But I have liked the concept of it. I just don't understand how it's gone on for so long. Eventually, zombies die if they do not eat anything. How has this gone on for years? But anyway, here's the thing about that. Days Gone is a really interesting concept, and I really like the game. Again, the reason why it's so low on this list compared to other games is because it's a not to be determined. We do not know if it's coming out in 2018, 19, or further, and the way we have not really seen that much gameplay of it, I'm guessing it's going to be 2019. Hopefully it's 2018, but we'll wait and see. Monster Hunter World. Now, my friends are big Monster Hunter fans, huge Monster Hunter fans, but Monster Hunter has mainly been on the 3DS. I didn't really play it on the Wii U. I got the Switch. New Monster Hunter game was announced, and it was on the 3DS again. Okay, not for me then, but now it's coming to PlayStation. That sounds awesome. Monster Hunter World, it looks like a little bit of a different take. It looks like you're going to be able to play it more single player if need be, which, you know, normally Monster Hunter is when you play with other people. This one looks like it's going to be focused on also being able to kind of set up better traps than normal traps, so that you can really take down something if need be, but everything is happening all at once. No zoning, no nothing, everything's happening all at once. So it's a really awesome concept, and if you've never seen a Monster Hunter game, it has such a following. Basically, you kill big monsters, take them to make armor, blades, all this kind of stuff, and then keep taking on stronger and stronger monsters, and it's a really awesome style game. I have helped friends out, just play here and there, and I think it's a really cool gameplay style-wise, but definitely kind of curious to see what it is. Again, one of the reasons why it's not as high on this list is because it's early 2018. We don't know too much about it in that. And also, I don't know which of my friends I'll be able to play with, because I hear that although it's PlayStation and other consoles, I can't play with anyone else unless they have a PlayStation, or I might just buy it for PC and play with my friends on PC. So we'll see. Kingdom Hearts 3, number 12. Why is this so low on my list? Let me explain something to you guys. If you guys who don't know me, Kingdom Hearts 3 would be number 1 if I could play any of these games right now. If I could play any of these games right now and play through the whole game, Kingdom Hearts 3 would be the top one, period. It would be every single one of my top 10 list. But it's most likely 2019 at this point. It's very sad. I want to play this game so bad. I want it so bad, but we're not getting it. So 2019 is most likely it, and yes, like everyone else, Goofy looks like he's gonna hook you up. So yeah, really awesome there. God of War. Now, God of War is a really good looking game. A return to the franchise, definitely. It looks like early 2018 for this game. This is coming in at number 11, just shy of it, just because although it's a return to the franchise, I thought the franchise ended so well. Like, it was perfect. It was a perfect ending. We were just done with it. Awesome. 1, 2, and 3. Good. We were good. Wait, 3, right? Or was it 4? No, there was 4. There was 4. 1, 2, and 3 were on the original, and then they became HD collections, and then 4 came out, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while. It's been a while, guys. I played the first 2. I want to say, I cannot think of this God of War 3 or 4. Again, they just named it God of War now, so I forgot how many there were. But yeah, when we saw the ending with Athena and Kratos, and then that happened, obviously they did leave it open for a continuation. I just thought it ended perfectly, and I thought that ending scene we never should have saw, and that would have been perfect. But other than that, I think it's really cool looking game. I can't wait to see what concept of the story is, and it's just not on my top. It's just I'm not as excited for as I was originally when we got the conclusion of the end of God of War. All right, now onto the top 10 list. I will be buying Kingdom Hearts 3 and God of War and Monster Hunter World. Definitely, those are definite buys. But again, 2 of them, I don't even know when they're coming out. All right. Madden 2018. Now, Madden, years ago, for the last 3 or 4 years, Madden would have never made my top 10 list. Ever. Ever. This is why it's making it, because of Madden 2018 long shot. I love the idea of more single player for Madden. Because guess what? I do single player reviews most of the time. And that is the idea behind of the campaign and just single player mode. What are you doing and how far are you getting? That's the idea behind it. I love that concept. And this being more one-sided. I know FIFA's done it. I know NBA Live has done it. Other EA games have done it. But the fact they're doing it with Madden, I can't wait to just... And I hope you get to go all the way to the Super Bowl. That's my only thing. I hope you do get to go all the way to the Super Bowl. But this means I will play Madden for longer than a month or two if it really has a good story mode, because that means I'll get more in depth into it. Oh, sorry. By the way, Madden 2018 comes out in August 25th. Typical time. Madden always usually comes out in August. South Park, The Fractured But Whole. I mean, it's so freaking awesome. The first South Park game was a pleasant surprise. Again, it got a little bit too disgusting for me towards the end, or in the middle and in the end. But it's what I expected from South Park. However, this one, they said they've learned a lot from the first one, and it's superheroes. I love that they've changed the mechanics. They've improved everything that they did on the first one. So I like the idea of it, and this one's coming out October 17th. Finally, we have a date, and I can't wait for this one. It's just so excited for it. Battlefront 2. Now, again, this might be higher up on some people's list, but Battlefront 2, they have fixed almost every issue that we had with Battlefront 1. Story mode. Jesus Christ, there's a story mode. This is another one that was like Destiny for me. I returned it after, I think, a month and a half. I returned traded in Battlefront, just because it was, I was done with it. I was like, okay, I've played it for a month now, played a lot of online game, and I was done. I was just like, okay, there's nothing more for me to do here. I don't care about these weapons. This is really cool. I like the idea that we're going to get a story from the Empire side. The class system, the gear system, everything else looks so much better. It looks like we're getting what we want. So it got me a lot more excited compared to Destiny's 2, because we've seen they've answered everything. As opposed to Destiny 2, I feel like we still don't know. Like, we'll kind of see. But with this one, I just feel that they've learned even more than, say, even Destiny did. Let me know what you guys think. Which one are you looking more forward to, specifically Battlefront or Destiny? And Battlefront 2 comes out November 17th. Need for Speed Payback. Now, I was a huge Need for Speed fan, especially in Hot Pursuit days, Underground days, all of those days. Even also liked Midnight Clubs. I like the whole idea of racing cars, but you have to have a storyline. And this looks like it does have one. Yes, is it a Fast and Furious ripoff? Yes, entirely. That entire scene was two or three Fast and Furious movies put together. Absolutely, yes. But that scene was also really great. If you haven't seen the trailer for it, I highly suggest you do. It's a really cool looking game, coming out November 10th. Dragon Ball Z Fighter. This game looks so freaking awesome. I honestly can't wait for it. I keep calling it Dragon Ball Z Fighter, Dragon Fighter Z. This game looks so freaking awesome. I can't wait for it. It looks so, if you haven't seen the gameplay of it, it is just everything you've wanted in a Dragon Ball fighting game. And I've played every Dragon Ball game that's ever been on a home console. I've played it. All the Budokais, all the Takachis, all the the Xenoverses right now. I played all of them, but this game looks so much better than any of them. I love the 3-on-3 combat. I love that just a few characters we've seen. By the way, all the Saiyans, I would totally pick that. Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan, Teen Super Saiyan 2. Awesome. I would totally pick that. I'm going to be playing this game so much. I love the idea behind this game. My only thing with this game is, what is the story going to be? Are we even having a campaign mode? Is it just going to be fighting? Because that will kind of derail some of my excitement. It's one of the reasons why it's not higher on the list, is because I do not know if there will be any story whatsoever on this. Speaking of another one that, again, I like the idea of having a story, even if this story is short-lived. Dragon Ball Z will also be coming out early 2018. This one, of course, is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. And this one is really taking a lot of cues from a lot of different things. And that is the fact that it really is going to be a big thing where we're going to see Marvel in kind of like their current status have more incoming kind of thing. So really interested to see how this is going to go down. I'm very curious to see everything that will happen with this. Very excited. I like the idea that it's a story. I hope we get a little bit of like Injustice game, like in terms of like, can we get a 4-hour story? Can we get, you know, something like that? I'm really hoping it is, and that with the Marvel vs. Capcom mechanics is awesome. I really hope it's good. And this one's coming out September 19th. Super Mario Odyssey. Look, I was not the first one to be all in love with a Mario game when I first saw it, but the gameplay has completely won me over. I love the idea that you throw this hat and you take over different enemies. And yes, I want to take over a T-Rex. It completely has gotten me. Completely got me. This one's coming out October 27th. And again, as a Nintendo Switch owner, any high-end Switch game, we're buying. So definitely going to be one to get me. Definitely the highest rated and most anticipated Switch game currently that we know of. Anthem. Anthem was a wow factor. I will tell you this, if Xbox X would have had this as an exclusive, they probably would have won E3. They probably would have won E3. I think, I do not know who won E3 to be honest yet. I will do a separate video on that, on why I think it's kind of a wash this year to be honest, but we'll go over it and we'll go over that in a different video. Anthem, fall 2018. Really looks amazing, beautiful. It has not been more hyped, I feel, since the original Destiny was hyped. It looks beautiful, it looks awesome, great style, everything looks good about it. So I can't wait to play it, get into it. It definitely looks like next generation level gaming. So definitely has to be on this list. And it's number 3. Again, I do not know how much of a story there is, and that's what worries me. And that's why it wasn't number 1. Number 2, Detroit Becoming Human. Now, for me, to be on the top of this list, you have to have story, gameplay, and graphics and wow factor, right? It doesn't have to be the best ever. I mean, Super Mario Odyssey is on my top 5, you know, but it does have to have those 3 handedly. Detroit looks like a very interesting story concept. The gameplay looks interesting because every single step of the way you can decide, kind of like a Mass Effect or kind of like, you know, an Infamous, any of those kind of games where you can decide you want to be good or bad. I love that kind of style, and this is pacifist or, you know, violence. And you choose this and it changes every single way this game is played. I love the idea behind it. I can't wait, personally, and definitely can't wait for it. SpiderMan is my number 1. Detroit Becoming Human is to be determined. We do not know when it's coming out. That's another reason why I didn't get number 1. Marvel's SpiderMan, my number 1 game by far. I love the Batman Arkham games. Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel character, hands down, always has been, always will be. And this game looks like it might beat Spider-Man 2 as the all-time best Spider-Man game. This game is coming out in 2018. We do not know when. I'm hoping June, like before next E3. Come on, Sony. But this one is easily my favorite game, and I thought it brought the most too. You saw the longest gameplay on this game than any other game for demo. You also saw really the idea that this has a story. It's a different story. It's never been done before. So even if you're a Spider-Man fan like me, we do not know where this story is going. You know, they just set it up so well. It looks amazing. The mechanics and the gameplay look amazing. It looks like you're going to be able to do open world, but yet the mission part is really good. And this game just did it for me. It was by far my favorite, by far my best one. And this is the game that I will buy day 1, and I will call out of work that day or ask for PTO time for that work that day, just so I can play it all day. Alright guys, that was my list. Again, what is your top 5? I can't wait to see which ones you guys are looking forward to the most. These were mine. Let me know in the comment section down below. Be nice to everyone, please. And thank you all, as always, for watching. Make sure to give a like, thumbs up before leaving. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy.